7 minutes in heaven. Reasons I'm obsessed with minimalism. So I started on my minimalism journey in 2017. Now, I definitely have possessions. Many of us have images in our head of what it means to be minimalist. But Joshua Becker, who is the author of The More of Less, says to describe it quickest, I am intentionally trying to live with only the things I really need. And personally, I think that is a great way of explaining it. For me, it didn't start out as a life-changing experience, a moral compass, or a new way of life. It was a necessity. And I had this pileup of stuff on my plate that was leading to a lot of stress in my life. And stress makes our scattered brain even more haywire. I knew that I love simplicity. In fact, I'm kind of obsessed with it. Keeping my plate clean is one of my life focuses because I like to have that level of simplicity and happiness in my life. And I want to share that with other people. When you remove all of the stuff in your life that sits around on your plate, when I started to experience anxiety in my life, I started to think deeper about what exactly were the things creating stress in my life. Was there a way for me to make my space feel better? And so I started a process not of gathering more, which is very consumerist. I need to buy more things to make me happy. No. What I entered into was a total undoing, a clearing and stripping away of the things that I thought I needed for fulfillment. So I really love that feeling that you get after you do a spring or fall cleanse of your home and there's a recycling, garbage, thrift store bag, and then you have this nice, open, clean feeling, just fresh, a fresh slate, right? So I really embraced that feeling. And I knew, and we all do, we all intuitively know that we can't find happiness through accumulating more things. But the cold hard truth is that without personal growth and a deliberate effort to help others in our lives, we are simply slaves to corporate expectations for our time in this world, which means bye, bye, bye. And I don't want to spend my life chasing and being constantly seduced with the need for more. I want a life filled with passion, adventure, excitement, self-development, spirituality, connection, nature, growth. Should I go on? I want all those things, but I don't need more stuff. So I got rid of the majority of my things. And that way I took back control of my life. So here's 7 ways that I did it, and here's what you can do too. Number 1, decide what you need and what you don't. Purge, then stick with it. If you have got spots in your home, car, garage, pantry, fridge that are just completely overrun, book a day. Garbage, recycle, thrift. Bag it, get the stuff gone. It clears your mind and makes more space. Space in space makes space in our head. I also use techniques from Marie Kondo to make the process fast, easy, and painless. You don't have to do that. That's just what I did. And if I had moments of worrying that, maybe I'll need that in the future, or, I would feel worried that I didn't have that item anymore, I couldn't have been further from the truth. So purging that mentality, purging mentally, purging physically, I have never looked back. And once I was super purged of so much stuff, i.e. a house full, I did not look back. Number 2, follow the get, give rule relentlessly. So I get given a lot of gifts. It's beautiful. I love it. Thank you so much. But anytime I get something I either already have or don't need, or I know it's for someone else, I have to move it through my life. So this practice keeps me from gathering more and more things so that I don't have to do a big, huge purge 2-3 times a year. So I'm a regifter. I am a donator, right? Things are always moving through my life. I don't keep things forever. Obviously, I have some items that I've had for a long time and will keep forever, but it's not a rule for me. I also don't mind borrowing some things from people for a short time and then returning it. I don't need to go buy something just because I don't own it right now. I can borrow it, right? So this get-give rule has kept my stuff intake to a manageable level. If I get something new, I have to give stuff away, no matter what. Number 3, pay attention and get curious and conscious about your hoarding or purchasing habits. So if you're going into stores or you're online shopping every day and you're really seeped in consumerism, just notice when your thoughts, like when you're like, oh, I really want that, just it's the same as mindful eating. It's just, oh, I'm observing that I'm having that thought. That's interesting. But we don't have to act on it, right? So online shopping, keeping up with the Jones, obsessing, all of that, it's gone. It's gone from my life. I never, ever have to worry and think about that unless I choose to. So number 4, fill the gaps and make the decision to fill that time with something nourishing instead. So now that you have all this free time in your head and all this space that you could do things in, hobbies, yoga, preparing healthy food, there's so many other things you can do with that time that is nourishing, right? Number 5, believing you can do it. Minimalism is something you can attain, or whatever your version of cutting down, you can obtain that. It is stepping stones, being ruthless about only keeping things you really need and want, and then keeping up the practice so your life stays clean and simple. You don't have to be a special person or a certain type or have any specific values, but you can keep in mind intentionally trying to live with only the things I really need, which is probably why you're listening to this podcast right now. And I've said to people before, if you believe you can't, I believe you can. That's something that we have really lost, is believing in ourselves. You can do it. Number 6, minimalism and nutrition is a beautiful thing. So imagine putting the concept of minimalism into wellness. Being able to leave the cult of wellness where you're not always obsessing about the newest weird trends that are out there. Imagine not having to hop on every diet train, every bandwagon, every mention of a supplement or program or quick fix that you believe is going to solve your problem. Just letting all of that go. Everything your friends are trying, who cares? I don't care. Imagine being able to take your power back and be fully in control of your life based on your body's needs and not what other people or marketing is telling you. And imagine never needing another diet book or program ever again. When you put minimalism into wellness, you can just be in the moment, take care of yourself, know how to do that, and enjoy your life. And that's obtainable for you. Number 7, minimalism is counterculture. Now, it is important to me to be unusual. It is important to me to be outside of the norm. It has always been important to me to watch what everyone's doing and then decide if I'm going to do it. I've always been on this fringe looking in, looking out, and never understanding how people could live their lives being obsessed with celebrities, fame, success, celebrities, reality TV, all of that. There's so much more to life. There is so much more to life. And, when I think about what life means to me and the deep connection and relationship that I want to have with me, understanding who I am, it's like if you're on vacation, right? You're like once in a lifetime European vacation and you only have $15 to spend and that's it. Would you rather get an incredible meal or hoard as many trinkets from the gift shop as possible? I know where I'm going. I know which cafe I'm sitting at. So when you start seeing yourself or practicing minimalism or practicing counterculture to consumerism, which just means not buying crap every day, let other people chase after their celebrity lives. And you just get to be over here, quiet, small, calm, and happy. Right? So this embracing of this lens of life can slow us down. When we consume less, we can actually enjoy more. And when we find that time when we meet someone living a super simplified life, we might recognize that we've been chasing after the wrong things all along. Hey, thanks for making time to listen to Raise Radio today. I really appreciate you. If you head on over to my website, www.lutesnutrition.ca, you can get some food for your soul. I'm giving away my Food and Healing Make Stress and Overwhelm a Thing of the Past guide. It gives you everything you need to end the mind games, stop agonizing about whether or not you're doing wellness right, and end your nightly cravings. It is free on my website, lutesnutrition.ca. Head there now and you can grab the guide for yourself. Thank you so much for listening today.